Welcome, everybody, to my official 300 sub special. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for the 300 subscribers. That means a lot to me. Uh, Considering how unactive I am on this channel, I think it's quite amazing that we've hit 300 subs. First of all, I just want to say sorry for being gone for so long. I realized I haven't made a single video during 2017 on this channel, and I am forever sorry for that. It's I haven't forgotten my Doctor Who channel. That's all I want to say. I haven't forgotten it at all. I've been thinking a lot about this Doctor Who channel for throughout the months that I've been gone. I just need to find a way to rebrand my content to sort of change it up a bit, because I was making these reviews and I was realizing that I wasn't enjoying making the reviews. And whenever YouTube becomes like a chore to me, I say stop. But I still want to keep this Doctor Who channel going, and I still want to make Doctor Who videos because I still love the show. But I just need to figure out a different way to do it. You know what I mean? But anyway, uh, so welcome. This is gonna be sort of this is gonna be an official sort of audio commentary of the best videos or the most special videos that I've created on this channel. And at the same time, it's going to be the story of Doctor Who Is My Life. What you see on the screen is all of my best or most special videos playing. The first one that we've already skipped over for some reason is was my introduction video. And I just want to start off by cracking a cold one with the broskies. Just excuse me for a minute while I crack open a cold one. Beer, so nice. Heineken? Anybody know that brand? Anyway. Look at my young face. Look at my young face. So this is going to be a very long video, so welcome. Chillax with me, if you will. Sit back, relax, enjoy. Let me start with sort of the reason why I even started up the Doctor Who channel to begin with. So in December of 2012, I stumbled upon Doctor Who on Netflix, actually. It was only the new series that was available. Typical Netflix, right? And I fell in love with the show immediately. My first episode was the episode Rose from 2005. I think Christopher Eccleston is one of the most underrated doctors in the show's history. He's amazing. He's absolutely amazing. And I just something different happened. Like I've watched a lot of shows. I've binge watched a lot of shows, but this was different. And it was like I understand why this show has a cult following, because it's just different from any of the other shows that you might watch, and it makes you think so many things. It makes you feel so many things, and you know, after watching an episode, you feel like you want to share it with someone. Now, being from Denmark, there's not a lot of people in my social group that know about Doctor Who or even watch it. So I only actually know one person that even watches it or has watched a little bit of it. But she's more of a Sherlock fan. Anyway, so it's not so widely spread in Denmark. So, my outlet was on YouTube, and I didn't just want to make a couple of videos about it on my main channel. I wanted to make an entire channel about it because I dedicated to this fucking thing, and I also wanted to make an entire channel dedicated to this series because I felt like I owed it to the creators, or to, because you look at Doctor Who and it's got such a long, special history, and I wanted to, pay tribute to that, to the show's long history, by not just making one or two videos about it on my main channel, but starting an entire channel about it. But the interesting thing is I made a Doctor Who for Dummies video before I started my Doctor Who channel, and that was sort of what grasped me into it. I got a taste of what it's like to do these things, to basically to make Doctor Who videos, and I got the taste for it, and I wanted to make more, so I made this channel. So this is the video you're watching. Um, is one of my first ones. I think it's my second video ever. My first real video on this channel. It's a review of the audio thing called the 10th Doctor. I don't even remember what it's called. BBC, the 10th Doctor, something like that. I don't remember. It's an audio sort of thing. And it's a review of this audio commentary sort of thing with Elizabeth Sladen. And yeah, it was my first proper Doctor Who video before going into all the reviews with the episodes. I actually paid for this audio thing that I'm reviewing. Uh, which I don't pay for the Doctor Who episodes. I'm gonna be honest with you about that. But this is my first real video on the channel, and for a first video thing, first time video, I think I did pretty well. There was a thing about the quality. I didn't know how to render videos apparently because this is shit quality. Even for like I was filming at this point, I was filming with a Samsung Galaxy S3. I clearly remember. I didn't have a proper camera yet, and but I rendered it in way lower quality. So we move on to the next video already. It's actually, this is actually shot with a different camera. This is shot with as I recall, a Sony Handycam, which is one of those shitty little uh, video cameras thing. I hadn't purchased my camera, my DSLR, or any camera in that regard at this point, and I was this so the Sony Handycam was one that I borrowed, actually. But this is my video of my top 5 doctors. Now the interesting part about this video is that even though I was way younger than I am now and had a pre-pubertant voice, you can just listen to it. Jesus fucking Christ! Wow, such a such a high pitched voice. I can't stand listening to myself. Oh God, I can't stand listening to my videos before my voice went into puberty because it's too high pitched. And I also, since the recording of this, right, I've lost like 25 kilos, and that's just noticeable in my newer videos. If you check them out, check out the newer videos on my main channel. You can clearly see a difference. So I look, my basic point is I look like a 12-year-old boy, uh, and I sound like one as well. So that's amazing. The interesting part about this video is that I I hadn't watched any of the classical series at this point. I'd watched like one episode of the William Hartnell era. Sorry, my English is rusty. But no, I had only watched like one episode of the Hartnell era, and I had watched one episode, I think, or like one clip. So I don't even know of Peter Davison's era, and so I based sort of my list on that. I'd only seen the New Who Doctors. I think I'd actually at that point seen almost 2 seasons of the Fifth Doctor's episodes, but then I sort of grew stuck in it because those were shit episodes, in my opinion. Uh, so I started on the wrong Doctor in terms of classical Who, and that sort of fucked it up for me. And then I took a break from watching classical Who for like a year, and then I sort of went back into it. I love doing these audio commentaries, by the way, because like I do it once every year on my second channel for my main channel videos. I take the best sort of main channel videos throughout the year, and then I do a commentary on them, and I love doing this. I think it's absolutely fascinating. I run a podcast show with my one of my good friends, Marcus. Sorry, and and I've also done a podcast show with one of my good buddies from England, Danny Warren, a long time ago. So it's always fascinated me, this audio medium, and I love doing this. So thank you for listening. Anyway, so this is, I don't even remember, what is this video? This is still the top 5 doctors. Great, great. So basically, my list has changed a lot since I made this video. My list now of the top 5 doctors would be, number 5 would be I think my number 5 would be Matt Smith. Yeah, definitely. And then my number 4 would probably be David Tennant. My number 3 would be Christopher Eccleston. I know it's only New Who doctors at this point. My number 2 would be, this is interesting. I think my number 2 would be the, man, there's so many good ones. Um, the Sixth Doctor, yeah, and then my number 1 would be the Fourth Doctor. I've watched since the making of this. I've actually watched a lot of the classic Who. I've watched all of the classic Who actually, except for uh, Hartnell's Doctor and the second Doctor, Patrick Stratton. Um, I've watched quite a few episodes of Hartnell's era, but not all of them. But I'm working through it. But other than that, yeah, I've watched all the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh Doctor and the Eighth Doctor movie as well. So I'm kind of a fan. I love the classical series. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I think it's way better than the new one, to be honest. It just has this sort of nostalgia feel that I'm really into. So I love it. I love it. I love old TV, like 70s, 60s TV and movies. I love it, dude. My favorite movie of all time, this is sort of random, uh, but my favorite movie of all time is actually Psycho from 1960 by Alfred Hitchcock. Love all movies. Just absolutely genius. There's a Danish series that ran from 1970 to 1977. That's my favorite TV series of all time. Uh, I guess Doctor Who is my favorite, but in terms of like, other than that, I guess, because I love old movies and TV shows and everything. And I have this friend that I also talked about before that is a big fan of Sherlock, but she's also a big fan of these old movies and TV shows and whatnot, and we love to geek out about it. Anyway, I'm just gonna take a sip of beer. Hello. So, do you mind if I smoke a fag? That's not offensive because I only meant the cigarette. So this is my sort of the introduction video thing to my channel. I actually the interesting thing about this video is I made it as an experiment. I made a short film called the Mystery of Jesper, and in it there's a scene where he's essentially in this scenery, and I wanted to test out if it would work, the scene would work. So I made one with myself in it, and I had the idea to sort of make it into this introduction thing for my Doctor Who channel because it takes a clip from the show, but it's actually from a different short film that I made called I think it was my first like real proper short film. It was called The Mystery of Jesper. Very very OG. I wrote it. I filmed it. And I edited it as well. So I didn't do as much on it as I do with my newer productions. You should go check out my main channel, seriously, if you haven't, because like I do make short films, and in my opinion, they're fucking amazing. So go check it out, bruhs. So anyway, um, so this is the first episode of Doctor Who Step by Step with William Hartnell, the first Doctor. Now, the embarrassing thing about this Step by Step series is that making it, I wasn't so up to date with the classical series as I am now, and so my opinions on these Doctors have gradually changed, but also I've become better and informed, I guess. So, I just, this is why this series is kind of shit, because it's built on sort of these facts about the actors behind the character, and like not that many personal opinions or anything like that. And that's because I knew I wasn't educated on their Doctor at this point, because I hadn't watched enough with the majority of the Doctors. So anyway, this is with my old Blue Yeti. I gave it away, actually, I remember. It still worked after like 2 years, more than 2 years, 3 years or something. But it looked old, so I bought a new one, the one that I'm using right now, a white Blue Yeti. And I look at my hair, Jesus Christ! I just, I look at my old videos, and I can just see that I didn't care I just didn't give a fuck. But anyway, I gave this microphone away and the pop filter to my buddy Benjamin, and I bought this new one. This white blue Yeti. Amazing, absolutely amazing, and still looks really new, despite the fact that it's over a year old, because I don't use it that much. But anyway, but just look at me, man. You can just tell I didn't care. Like, I didn't care about my looks. I didn't care about myself. It's probably why I suffered for years from low self esteem and all this. Is I didn't care, dude. Look at me, Jesus fuck. And I knew the basic of principles of editing, but I was shit at it still. Look at it. I didn't know what color grading meant at this point. You can clearly see that. I didn't even know how to balance the light. Like, that's crazy. This is filmed with the blitz on, I remember. Instead of like proper lighting, I just put the blitz on my camera. You can see all these sort of things on, like, in front of the camera. It's crazy. This is the outro I made. This is kind of cool. I made this green screen outro with this sort of sonic screwdriver thing that I actually found, and I thought it looked like kind of a sonic screwdriver, so I used it for this outro. Anyway, so we're on to the next video, which is my review of fish fingers and custard. Now, oh my god, don't look at this material. Look at this old stove we used to have. Jesus Christ, it was horrible. Look at how dirty it is. Jesus fuck. My apologies for taking the Lord's name in vain. But honestly, I can honestly say I had never tried fish fingers and custard when I made this. Honestly, I had never done that. But the annoying part is that when I made this, right, and I was sitting there and I was eating them and tasting them, they were kind of cold, because like I filmed the entire process of making them and everything. So by the time I got to actually eat them, they were kind of cold. So that kind of shit. But fish fingers and custard is not a thing here in Denmark. Custard is not even a thing. You can buy custard, but it's not in the same form. It's kind of like a dessert thing. So you get them in these like little things, tubes or whatever, and like you can eat it with a spoon or whatever. I remember recording this as I got home from my grandmother's 80th birthday. So that's kind of a special memory for me, I guess, because I was very close to my grandmother, and she died like a year after from cancer, and I was at her 80th birthday. This was all the way back in 2013, and at this point she had already gotten cancer. She struggled with it for more than a year, and then she died. So that's kind of sad, I guess. But it's a good, it's a good memory, because this video makes me remember her birthday, and that was kind of nice to spend time with her and the family and everything. So yeah, this is cool. This is the early days of the editing on this channel, as you can clearly see in terms of the TARDISes and everything. But A for effort, I guess. I like this video though, because it's the first video that I made that was kind of like out of the ordinary on this channel, like not just reviews or whatever, but like actual me doing something different than just sitting in front of the camera talking. I know like 90% of it is me sitting in front of the camera talking, but I'm trying something new, and it's it's one of those taste tests, and to this date it's the only taste test video I've ever made. I've never made another taste test video, because that's too generic for me. Okay. Look at my hair. What's wrong with me? Jesus Christ. So this is my review of Deep Breath, the first episode of season 8 of Doctor Who. Fun fact: the majority of the clothing I was wearing in my early videos, I lost them in Berlin. I was on a trip there, and I essentially lost my luggage, like my entire suitcase, and I lost my Doctor Who mug as well. I was really sad about that, but I lost like a lot of my clothing that I had brought on this vacation to Germany, and I never received my suitcase ever again. So I lost all these things. So that's kind of a shame. Anyway, so these Doctor Who posters, actually, that's behind me, that's also why I haven't made a video yet. is because I've remodeled a lot. My room, you can see it later on in another video that's gonna show up. It's the video called "Loving the Fourth Doctor." You can see my walls were filled up with graffiti, and it's a long story of why they were that. But seriously, anyway, so they were filled up with graffiti, my walls in my room, and I've sort of, since making the last video on this channel, I've redecorated a lot. I painted the entire room, and I put a new carpet on, and I got some new posters actually. Um, behind me is there's a Sherlock poster, there's a Breaking Bad poster, there's two Doctor Who posters, there's a David Brent poster, big fan of Ricky Gervais, and so it's not a Doctor Who wall sort of thing anymore. Uh, so I have to figure out something along the lines of that. Uh, but yeah, I've done a lot of remodeling. Anyway, but I just, the cringe factor is over 1,000 at this point. Not because of the content and not really because of my voice or whatever, but just because, look at me. Look at me. I didn't care. That's the sad thing. I didn't care. Didn't care about my looks, didn't care about my life, essentially, at this point. That's just really sad, bro. That's just really sad, you know? Jesus. Anyway, a lot has happened since the making of this video, Jesus. Also, kind of shortly explained, the reason why I haven't made a video this year on this channel is because I started a new education as a film and TV production technician. And, fuck, that made me busy. Because that was constantly, every day, bro. It was constantly editing, filming, all these things. And that just, when I got home every day, I was so buzzed out from the whole filming and editing thing that I couldn't be bothered, man. Anyway, so that's also why. Like, and I also made a web series in my private time during this time that you can check out if you wanted to. So I had a lot of things on my plate in terms of like editing and all this thing, and I had some other work, like proper work, editing work, not YouTube work, but like proper work. So there was a lot of editing, there was a lot of filming, there was a lot of doing all these things, and I needed a break once I got home and once I had some time off. So yeah, that's a short explanation for it. This is the video I made. I don't even remember, what is this video even about? I can't even remember, dude. Just listen. Okay, I didn't catch it, but I'm sure it was good. Dude, I'm sure it was good. Go and watch it. I'll leave a playlist in the description of this video to the full playlist of these videos that I featured in this long ass video. I've also cut out, I forgot to say that at the beginning, I've cut out all the copyrighted material and the intros and everything to sort of jumble it together and get rid of unnecessary footage. I remember this video. This video is the Doctor Who tag. Very important video to me because it's I made a standalone video about this too. That was also copied from this wonderful guy who started all this, Luke Spillane, about what Doctor Who means to me, and we'll get into that. But this is the Doctor Who tag. I really enjoyed making this, to be honest. I love talking about Doctor Who, and I love geeking out about it. And it was lovely having these questions to answer and whatnot, and I could sort of go off script because 90% of the time when I make videos on this channel, I have a script for it, which is also what kind of makes it a tedious process, because then I write a long script, I get to filming, and I'm sitting there for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes for like a 4-minute edited video, just saying one line, looking at the script, saying the next line, looking at the script, and this goes on, and I do the different lines again and again to sort of get better takes. I'm a perfectionist, okay? And it takes a whole lot of time, and when it gets to the editing, it's just the most tedious, boring process. So I love little videos like this where I can go off script and just, sort of talk. But the reason why I do it with scripts is because, I don't know if you've noticed yet in this long video, but I get off topic really easily. and I ramble a lot, so I needed like a script or questions like this or like cue cards or whatever, because I need to do this. I need to have something to stick by, or else I'll ramble too much and get too much off topic. Um, a little update on the Doctor Who show thing. I'm sorry to say, but I haven't watched season 10 yet. Is it season 10 now? It is. I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched any of the episodes yet. Episodes yet. It's kind of on purpose. I wanted to save it, you know. I just because when it came out, I didn't have time to like make reviews of it every week or to even watch it every week. So I thought, okay, I'll wait until all the episodes have been aired, right? Thank you for giving me spoilers, Twitter, by the way. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait till the entire series has been released, and then I'm gonna watch it. But I haven't gotten around to watching it yet, man. I'm busy. I'm taking my summer vacation right now, as it is actually, before I start school again on the 14th of August, and I've been doing a lot of binge watching, as you do, because I finally got some time off. I'm usually very busy. I'm still very busy, but geez, uh, I'm still out like 8 hours a day, even though I have my vacation. Anyway, so I've been binge watching, but I haven't gotten around to the Doctor Who thing yet. I'm so sorry. Um, but I like to take breaks from Doctor Who because honestly, it gets sort of tiring for me. The classical series is a different story, but the new series and the new episodes and all that, dude, the reason why I haven't gotten around to it is just because I'm not very excited about it. I'm not very thrilled about watching the episodes. I don't look forward to watching them or anything like that because I don't have high expectations. The series has just gone downhill in my opinion. Also, this is actually one of my favorite videos I've ever made. This is the Loving the Fourth Doctor video, which is very special to me because it's the first sort of Doctor Who sketch that I did on this channel. And that's definitely my favorite content to do on this channel is the Doctor Who sketches. I love it. Look at my wall. Look at my wall. Just look behind me at my wall. Jeez, man. Horrible. Horrible. You'd be surprised if you saw how this room looks today. It's an incredible transformation. But I remodeled, and so I pulled down all the posters and threw them out, and delivered, ordered some new ones. Um, but just I keep saying it, but look at my hair. Why didn't I care about my hair until recently? I don't understand that. My hair looks like shit. Fuck. So this is one of the last videos I think on this channel where I'm using not a professional camera, not a DSLR, but a phone to record. I think I'm recording this on a Samsung Galaxy S4 phone, which is it's ghetto. It's OG, man. Because when I started out on YouTube, I started in late December 2011. You just gotta make do with what you have. And at that time, when I started out, I only had a webcam, dude. And you evolve, Um, this this is the funniest part about the video, man. The Fourth Doctor rant. I'm so glad that David Bosket let me borrow. Oh, you see my sweet dog. That David Bosket let me borrow the music for this scene from the original videos that I was parodying from the Five Who Fans channel. I'm so glad that he gave me permission to use it because it adds a lot extra to this to the Fourth Doctor Rampage scene. Obviously, I gotta give a shout to the ninth and 10 Doctor videos as you see here. This I love Five Who Fans. I also kind of stole this idea from them. They did a video. Billy and John, they did a video a long time ago about the history of Five Who Fans, and it was kind of sort of in the style of this, where they played some of their favorite videos. I think I don't remember. It's like half an hour long, and I'm so I'm kind of copying that, I guess. So this is so it wasn't apparently it's one of my last. Anyway, this is another sketch video. I fell in love with doing Doctor Who sketches. So this is my Doctor Who sketch video about loving Stephen Moffat. I was in a phase during this point where I was like, okay, this is a sketch, but it's me talking. It's sort of like stand up comedy, if you will, like because it's it's not me doing all kinds of crazy stuff, but it's still funny, you know. But I'm still just talking in this video, and I wanted to sort of make up for that by going to all these different places and shooting. I remember I had a scooter at this point, and I would take that to go up to all these places. This was before I got my driver's license, which is just, it's funny to think back on, because I still have that scooter, but it's like it's broken down. It's a piece of shit. Anyway, I drive everywhere now. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm gonna buy myself a bicycle too, because the one I had got stolen. Fuck me. Anyway, uh, so this is the seven things to love about Stephen Moffat. You want to know the reason why it's seven things and not eight or 10 or five or whatever? It's because I wanted to make it 10 things, but I couldn't think of any more like joke things to put uh, in terms of this video. But I think this is one of my favorite videos that I've done on this channel. I really like it. I really do. This whole uh, making fun of Stephen Moffat, because in the Who fandom, there's this love-hate relationship with Stephen Moffat, uh, because he's done so many weird, crazy stuff. And this is actually the location for this that you just saw, right? Is actually was filmed right outside of the place where we have our studio. We have a studio because I'm in this group where we make movies and whatnot. I made a web series with them, like I mentioned, and this was filmed. That was filmed right outside of it. Anyway, so I get off topic. I know. Sorry. But there's a love-hate relationship within the Doctor Who fandom with Stephen Moffat, and I can't wait for him to step down. Low key, I can't wait for Chris Chibnall to take over, because Chris Chibnall is one of the most amazing writers ever. You can see my scooter in the background. That's kind of funny. Um, that's great. So listen, I no, but there's a love hate relationship in the Doctor Who fandom, and I wanted to poke fun of that a little bit in this video, because we all love to shit on Stephen Moffat, but he is really talented. He really is. Him and Mark Gatiss, some of the most brilliant writers of all time. I love Sherlock to pieces. It's the greatest fucking thing. I love Doctor Who, and I love a lot of I love Matt Smith. I'm gonna come out and say it. Matt Smith, the Matt Smith era had decent episodes. It was really good. I think he pulled it off, Steven, and I sometimes we watch the Fifth Doctor's run just because I enjoy it, man. I enjoy his his run. The episodes with the fifth with the 11th Doctor, because he's great. So Stephen Moffat is just brilliant. He is brilliant, honestly. But we all love to shit on him because there's also so many things that he does wrong in terms of plot holes and all these different things, and character development, and his female characters, which are horrible. By the way, I am gonna make a standalone video, like I said, about this, but I am so glad, Loki. I am so glad that he's not gonna be writing any episodes for the female Doctor, because fuck me, his female characters are so baseless. Like they are so uninteresting, and they're just the same. They're just all the same, and they have no character development. And he's shit at writing female characters. I'm gonna come out and say it. He's shit at writing female characters. I'm just gonna come out and say it. But Chris Chibnall, amazing at writing female characters as well. I think I have high hopes for the Chris Chibnall era and for Jodie Whittaker, because they've worked together on Broadchurch. She was one of the main characters, and he was the writer and creator and whatnot. So they have a history, and I think they'll be able to work well together. So I'm hoping. So this is my the video we just moved on to is yet another sketch video. Love doing those with it's the interview with the third Doctor. I've noticed it has like 10,000 views, and I noticed it's been gaining a lot of attraction in the past few months, because it was actually time to find the actual 13th Doctor. So I'm getting a lot of hate comments, a lot of dislikes on this video, because people are like expecting to see the reveal of the actual 13th Doctor. But people are stupid, man. Just look at the upload date, dude. This is like 2 years old or something. Look at the upload date. This was like, I think, uploaded in early August 2015. For fuck's sake. Look at it. Look at the upload date. You're stupid if you think it's actually gonna be what the title says, dude. You got clickbaited. You got tricked. I'm sorry. you know. But it's funny. It's funny to see people's reaction. But this was a sketch video I made with my good pal Marcus. And I really like it. I think it turned out really good. You can see this was when I started using my DSLR, and I had no idea how to use it apparently because it's all out of focus. Look at that. I'm out of focus. That's horrible. And the green screening is horrible. Why is it? Proper lighting. I was uneducated, I guess. So yeah, this is one of my favorite videos of all time that I've made on this channel. It's great, man. It's great. 13th Doctor interview. I love it. I love it, dude. I love it. It's great. It's absolutely great. It's absolutely wonderful. Doctor Who 13th Doctor interview. I gotta give a big shout to Marcus. He's amazing. We've made a lot of videos together on my main channel, a few on this channel. On my we have his channel. We run that together. Like he's just an amazing partner to work with. He's an amazing friend too, but he's just an amazing collaborative partner. My web series that was made with him. The little team that I have, where we have a studio and we make web series and short films and whatnot, is also with him, and he's a great collaborative partner. And a great friend. So, big shouts to Marcus. You should check out the podcast show we have together. I think it's brilliant. So this is yet another sketch video. I've made quite a few. I want to make more. I want to make so many more. Jesus, it's so fun. It is so much fun. But this is a parody of the True Hollywood show thing. Sort of Doctor Who related True Hollywood story. This is a 2-for-1. Because at the same time that I uploaded this, I also uploaded one to my main channel that was about me going crazy. And this is about a Doctor Who fan going crazy. But I love this video as well. It's based, it's primarily just green screen. But it worked because the green screening is aight. It's aight in this video. And, I think it works. I think it works. Michael Nova. I'm a character in this, apparently. I've forgotten that. There can only be one. Right. Cliff Harrison, Doctor. This is... Fuck, man. I ordered this. It's like a Halloween sort of outfit thing. Dress up as a doctor thing. And it came and it's this cheap piece of crap. But what do you expect, right? So it's just this long sort of white thing. White coat, I guess. You could call it. And it doesn't look like a doctor's uniform at all, but it's the best I have. What are you going to do? I actually spend money on this video, so give me props for that. Yeah, I love it, man. It's great. This is, like I said, it's one of my favorite videos I've done on this channel. I've said that a couple of times already, but it's great. It's absolutely great. And I want to make so many more sketch videos. And again, thanks to Marcus for being in this. That was great. That was absolutely great. But... yeah, fuck, man. I'm just thinking of how many things have happened since my last Doctor Who video. Fuck, man. I'm gonna get back into making more reviews. Don't worry about that. I'm debating with myself whether I should review season 10 of Doctor Who. Because I feel like if I make one review, I have to make a review of all the episodes. And it's kind of a thing that I've had on my channel. I reviewed the entirety of season 8 as it came out, the entirety of season 9 as it came out, and I guess now it's time for season 10. So I don't know if I am, but there's definitely going to be more reviews on the channel, so don't you worry about that. And this is just, it should go without saying, but I feel like it's necessary to clarify. I am not shutting down this channel. I am not stopping the uploads. I am not any of that stuff. I just took a break. That's the simplest way I can explain it. I just took a break. But I still love Doctor Who. I still love making videos on this channel, and I still love you guys' support and comments, and I read them, and I'm still an active Whovian, is what I'm trying to say, dude. You know? I feel like when I started making the Doctor Who sketches is when my content really changed and upped the quality. I really upped the quality, not just on a technical level, but content wise. And they became just a lot better. Look at the duct tape in the background, ready for a night in town. Roofies, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, but yeah, no, but I feel like that's sort of marks the change of my content and sort of to a level where I'm really proud of them. The videos from the time that I started making sketch videos, and then all the videos until now, I'm really proud of those, all of them, because they're great, and I love them. This is great. This is my review of the first episode of season 8, Deep Breath. I've put this review in this episode, in this video, because I didn't want to put all of the reviews of season 9, but I felt like it was important to pull this in to sort of talk a little bit about season 9 and my review of them. So this marked a change in my content as well, because I started doing these. No, this is not season 8. Sorry, season 9, the beginning of season 9. I This marked a change in my content because I started doing these little sketch bits in my reviews as a way to spike them up, and I love doing that. And I'm going to continue to do that. Um, that was one of the that was one of the best changes I've made in terms of my Doctor Who channel, in terms of the reviews, putting a little sketch bit in every review, because it's so much fun to make, it's so much fun to shoot, and I feel like it really adds something special to the reviews, make them entertaining a lot instead of just hearing me talk for 7 minutes or whatever. So hopefully you guys enjoy the sketch bits. Give me feedback, man. I love it. Love the feedback. Give me it, dude. So yeah, this is my review. You can see that I'm using now my Canon DSLR. It's not a Canon. It's a Sony. Um, it's been in the past couple of videos, but this marks a change when I actually learned how to use it. To use my DSLR. You can see it's perfectly shot and set up, and I also learned how to do lighting, because this is perfectly lit. If you just look at that, it's perfectly lit and great quality. Because I finally figured out how to use my DSLR apparently. So, you know, it's a very basic DSLR though. It's a Sony SLT A58 with a standard 1855mm lens. So it's not something to be impressed by, but it's way better than what I used to film with. But I am gonna upgrade. I've been thinking of purchasing a Sony A 6300, because I hear that's really great. It's in my price range, and it's the best alternative for me, like in terms of what I'm looking to spend on a camera for YouTube videos. I don't want to go out and purchase a Sony FS7, you know, or a Canon D Mark II. Like I don't want to. I prefer not to do that. Because that's way too expensive for YouTube videos. Because when I do my short films and whatnot else, I use way more professional equipment. So it would literally only be to make YouTube videos. So you know, but I'm thinking about it. Let me know. Should I purchase the A3600? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so we're nearing the end of this review. This is just a lot of me talking, isn't it? But it's a great episode. The one that I'm reviewing, The Magician's Apprentice. I quite enjoyed that. I feel like the Moffat era is sort of famous for, or whatever, known for having really good startup episodes in the seasons. The first episode of the season of when he starts a new series is always really good in my opinion, and the season finales are also just wonderful. But the rest of the series is questionable. But yeah, so great episode, Magician's Apprentice. This love this video. I love it, man. I love it. This is my interview. I love this little. This was a parody of his channel. This is George. He created Doctor Who Poop. You might know the channel. Um, and so I wanted to make the intro sort of Doctor Who Poop ish, like a poop, like a YouTube poop. So no, but this is the longest video I think that I've uploaded on this channel, except for this one. um, this is my interview with George from Doctor Who Poop. Finally, look at me. Finally, I started to care. Started to give a shit. It's when I started working out and changing my lifestyle and losing weight and all that. I just started to care a lot more about my looks, about my hair, about all these things. I look great in this video. Fucking hell, I look great, man. Don't argue with me on this one. I look great. I look absolutely great. But this is my interview. This is quite long, but we're gonna sit through it. We're gonna watch it together. Should be very exciting. I love this video, man. I love it, and I want to do more, interviews with other Doctor Who YouTubers, but a lot of them are hard to reach. I had a short, sort of conversation-ish, on Facebook with Billy Tracy from Five Who Fans. I'd love to do an interview with any of the Five Who Fans members. It would be absolutely amazing. Maybe I could get the hold of John Granston, because he's not a part of the channel anymore, or Richard maybe. That would be kind of cool. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the Five Who Fans channel. I love it. Billy is my favorite creator on the channel. I just want to clarify. Amazing videos. He's really good at the sketch part. He inspired me to start making Doctor Who sketches because he's really good at it, like really, really good at it. And I applaud him for that. He's a great content creator. Absolutely amazing. And he cares about filmmaking, and I love that. He's not just a YouTuber and other shit. Content creator, that doesn't care about lighting or doesn't care about the filmmaking aspects. He cares about it. I don't know if he studied it, but he cares, and I love that. But the Five Who Fans, this is a great team. Just a great team of people that have come together, Doctor Who fans that have come together. And, all power to them. So the story behind this video is that I hit up George because I've been a long time viewer of Doctor Who Poop. And I like the poops, but my favorite content on that channel was actually the videos that George ended up deleting, which was his reviews. He made reviews of the Doctor Who episodes as they sort of aired. And those reviews were just remarkable. He inspired me. He was the reason why I started making reviews of my own. Is because he was absolutely amazing at it, and I wanted to give it a go because of him. So, I hit up George, and I was like, "Hey, can we do an interview, maybe? can I get to interview with you for my channel?" And he was cool about it. He was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. Let's do it." He was just 100% loyal to Familia. He was great. He was absolutely great, and the interview turned out fantastically. And I've done collaborations with a fair amount of YouTubers at this point on my main channel. Plug. And he's actually, honestly, I can say this, he's been the nicest person to collaborate with or to work with. He's just so nice, so down to earth, and he cares, and I love that. He cares about YouTube, even though it's not a job, even though he doesn't get paid for it, which I see there's a trend with the smaller YouTubers, because they don't get that many views as the bigger YouTubers, and they don't make that much money off of it, and some of them don't even make any money, and so, they're not that good at keeping promises or keeping up, doing stuff, I guess, you make plans with them and they fall through. I've had so many YouTubers that have fallen through on me. We've made collaboration plans and they just backed out at the last minute, or just stopped responding to me. Like, it's just, I don't want to drop names or anything, but trust me when I say I've worked with some really difficult YouTubers. But George is just amazing, so down to earth, so great, lovely person. And the Doctor Who Poop channel is amazing. And I look up to George in a lot of ways because he puts so much thought, effort, and work into these Doctor Who Poop videos, and it shows. It really does. And he just does it because it's his hobby, and because he likes it. He enjoys it. Not because he gets paid for it, not because he has mad street cred because of it, um, not because he wants attention, but just because he cares, you know? Just because it's his hobby and he enjoys it. So I like that. What's going on? I'm sorry, y'all, for being gone a second. Anyway, so sorry. I just had a brain fart. What's going on, man? Oh, right. So, yeah. Anyway, where was I? Right. I just spaced out there for a second. So yeah, great guy, George. Absolutely amazing. Did I mention that it's 4 a.m. the recording of this? I'm kind of bummed, dude. I just had a shoot today. Uh, just give me a second. Give me a second. I'm just listening to George. He's great. So I had a music video shoot today. I started making music videos. In collaboration. I started working for a company, sort of freelance, company called Arcane Media. Plug, shout out. Um, and I helped another friend out today on a music video shoot for a company called the Chris Visuals. Shout out, plug. Um, so I'm a little tired. So excuse my brain gasms. Um, yeah, fuck, man. Just George is great. Did I mention that already? Yeah, George is. And it's cool that he's in university. Like that. Like that. Power to the people. Love it. All the power to you. This is long, and it's he filmed his part, and I started editing it, and I wrote to him. I was like, this is gonna be like 10 minutes long or something at least. And I was like, that's long. Normally, I keep my Doctor Who videos at you know at top like 7 or 8 minutes, which is a long time in terms of YouTube because attention spans are not the biggest thing in terms of the YouTube viewers. So it's a long time. And he was like, well, you can split it up, do it in two parts. And I was like, no, George, nah, mate, nah. Just gonna put it in one video. But my sort of my stance against the longer videos have changed a lot in the previous year because I feel like there's been a change on YouTube in terms of the viewers. The viewers have gotten a lot more used to the 10-minute videos, the sort of the longer videos. Just look at the Paul brothers, jeez. Um, and that's because the algorithm changed, and so all of a sudden you make more money for the longer videos you have, and all that stuff. So people started making a lot of long videos, and because of that, the viewers of these people, the viewers on YouTube, their attention spans have widened, and they will sit through these 10, 15 minute videos at this point, which was just that was not going to happen back in the day, back in like 2012, 13, 10, whatever. That was not going to happen. You're not going to see that. You're going to see only short videos on the site because people's attention spans just couldn't reach it, dude. If you saw long videos, it was because they were unedited. Like the people that cared about their content would make short videos because people's attention spans. But since the algorithm changed, it's become favorable to do longer videos, and people's attention spans have therefore changed. And so I strive to make longer videos at this point. I like that. I like that. I like not, and I also like not having a time frame on it. Being able to get to say what I want to say, get everything out there and not feel like I've missed out points in my reviews, for example, because I'm, time framing myself and sort of being, oh, this can't be this long. It can only be max 7 minutes or whatever. I'll cut stuff out or whatever from the script or from the raw file when it comes to the editing to not make it, over this mark. and sometimes it'll leave, sort of relatively important stuff out. So, expect longer videos on this channel is what I'm trying to say. I should have shaved before this video shoot, before making this video, because you can kind of see I have a little bit of a mustache going on. I do shave, actually. Um, but other than that, I look amazing. Okay, so this is so long. This is such a long video. It's funny because in the beginning of this audio commentary stuff, so short videos, and I missed all of them because I was talking, and now it's just I'm trying to stretch out time. So now we finally move on to one of the newest videos on this channel, which is essentially my video about Clara Oswald. I forgot to take out the intro. Oh well, you can see how my intro is. This is my rant video. I've made a few Doctor Who rant videos in the time that I've sort of had this channel, and this is my video about Clara Oswald, or just Clara Oswald or whatever. I still do have this opinion. This opinion haven't changed. Like, I still think she's the worst companion of the show in the show's history. I think she's such a typical Moffat character. No character development, just horrible. But I saw this picture that I'm going over, as you can see in this video. I saw it on Facebook, and I was like, I had a little bit of a rant in my own head. I was like, this is just, I can't. Ugh, it raged me out a bit, and I was like, I have to make a video about this. So I did. Sorry, so sorry. I had to sneeze. Jesus, I'm getting sick, I think. Fuck. Sorry, can I swear? Disney. Okay. Oh, man. Anyway, so I was like, I gotta make a video about this. Because people are praising Clara, and she's a horrible companion. She's a horrible character, and she's such a typical Moffat character. No character development, and nothing useful about her. She's horrible. She's a horrible character, in my opinion. And I still have that opinion that she is the worst character in the show's history. And people get pissed about that, the people that really like Clara. And I'm like, come on, dude. Don't get all pissed off. It's a show. It's a fictional show. I'm not saying I don't like Jenna Louise Coleman. She's an amazing actress and did an amazing job as Clara. And I have absolutely nothing against her, and she's quite attractive. But the point is, no, she's great. I have absolutely nothing against Jenna Louise Coleman. She's absolutely amazing. But her character, on the other hand, her fictional character, let me just stress that, her fictional character is quite rubbish, in my opinion. But I think it's interesting to see people get so mad about my opinion about this topic, because it's like, I also saw a lot of people actually agreeing with me that she is horrible. Which was surprising. I had expected to get a lot, way bigger backlash from this video, but I didn't. So a lot of people, the majority of people actually agreed, and was like, yeah, finally someone said it. So thanks for that. I love your guys' support. But it's funny to see people raging about my opinion about Clara, because it's like, it's a fictional character, bro. It's a fictional character. She doesn't exist, right? I'm not hurting Stephen Moffat's feelings by talking about Clara this way. It's one of many of his characters, you know what I mean? I really don't think he cares. So it's interesting. Because it's like, if Stephen Moffat doesn't even care, why should you? Anyway, but I had to tear this picture to shreds in this video. I just had to do it, man. And this is one of the only videos I've made on this channel that doesn't have a script. It was all improv, dude. Impromptu. All I had to go by was this picture. And that's why my English is not the most perfect thing, and I fuck up sort of the grammar. Because I'm not, believe it or not, I'm not a national English speaker. I'm actually from Denmark. So my language, my birth language or whatever, is Danish, and I don't have any, English or American relatives or anything like that. I'm not part English or American or anything like that. So it's not my first language. It's not. So, that's why I normally write a script. Is also because otherwise I'll fuck up the grammar. I'll say has instead of have, or things like that, and that's embarrassing. I don't want to do that. But in this video, I just went off of the top of my head and sort of ranted. Um, it was the spur of the moment sort of thing. I saw this picture. I was like, I gotta make a video about this, and I just set up my camera and everything. And I was like, I just gotta go. And then I made this. I filmed this video. But there's a lot of editing. There's a lot of jump cuts in this video. There's not a lot of editing, but there's a lot of jump cuts because I was going off of, I didn't have a script. So, yeah, my microphone was fucking up a lot. This was my old microphone. That's also partly why I upgraded. Is just because it was fucking up a lot, giving me problems. Anyhow, I'm handsome. I should have cut my hair before this video, though. I got my hair cut before this video, but that's okay. That's okay. You know why I did that? That you just saw? It's because I was actually standing on my knees during the entire filming of that video. Fun fact for you. So here's yet another of my newer videos. This is my video about the top 10 sexiest Doctor Who companions, or Doctor Who actors, actresses, whatever. Again, another video without a script, actually. I made this list quickly because I was like, I thought to myself, I think I was watching an episode of original Doctor Who, the Sixth Doctor, as far as I can recall, who had, or was it the Fifth Doctor? It's the Fifth Doctor. Yeah, right, it's the Fifth Doctor. Sorry. That had this gorgeous companion, this American female. She was gorgeous. She was showing off a lot of her skin in a lot of the episodes. Was it Perry? Is it Perry? I think it's Perry, right? Anyway, she's in this video too, obviously. But I was watching that episode and I was like, fuck, there's actually been a lot of really attractive companions in the day. There's actually been a lot of attractive people in Doctor Who. Might as well make a video about it, right? Fun fact for you, that shirt that I was wearing in this video, there she is, Bonnie Langford. That's not the woman I was talking about. I was thinking of Bonnie Langford. But that's not who I was thinking about with the Fifth Doctor or whatever. But anyway, no, but the shirt I was wearing, fun fact for you, it says, "Are you happy?" It's a Bo Burnham t-shirt. I love Bo Burnham. Absolutely amazing. Amazing comedian. I know I'm going sort of off topic, but who cares? Nobody's listening at this point. Bush with 9/11. But love Bo Burnham. And, so I bought a shirt. Says, "Are you happy?" But I was an idiot because I ordered it in gray. And the writing on the shirt is black. So that's not good. Because then you can barely see the logo. You can barely see sort of the text on the shirt. So this is, Sarah Sutton. Amazing. Amazing actress. Amazing body. Jeez, man. Fuck. I'm getting a little bit frisky as I'm thinking about it now. I'm just kidding. But yeah, a lot of really attractive people, companions and whatnot in Doctor Who. But my number one might be a little bit surprising. This was Nicola Bryant. I was thinking of Nicola Bryant. She's the one. I was watching an episode with her and the doctor she was with. I was like, damn girl. Gotta make a video about top 10 sexiest people in Doctor Who. So, but number one maybe will surprise you. Because it takes a different route at that point. Spoiler alert! It's a sort of a tie between David Tennant and John Barrowman. Two very attractive men, in my opinion. John Barrowman. Jesus Christ, look at the pecs, right? But I just want to clarify, not that it matters, but I'm actually not bisexual. I'm actually heterosexual. But it doesn't mean I can't find a guy attractive. And I love to make gay jokes, like not jokes at the expense of gay people, but like I don't even make gay jokes. I expressed myself wrongly. It's 4 a.m. Anyway, no, but I love like acting a little bit gay in front of people. Just because it's fun. It's fun to throw people off. I think, in my opinion, to have them wondering like, is he gay? Is he? What's going on? And I think a lot of people might think that I'm bisexual or gay or whatever, and that's fun. I have no problem with that. I am so in contact with my sexuality at this point, and so I really don't care if people think I'm gay. Great. I really don't give a fuck. I just really don't care. So I love to sort of pretend like I am a little bit, but I'm actually not. You see how airbrushed this photo of Karen Gillan is? Christ. I saw a comment that was like, "Are you sure this is Karen Gillan?" And now I'm getting a little bit sort of confused, or like not confused, but like a little bit I'm doubting a little bit. Maybe it's not her, Karen Gillan, but I actually think it is. I actually think it is. They just airbrushed her a lot in that photo, Photoshop, you know. Uh, so, you know. Ooh, look at number one, David Tennant. Oof, look at him. Can I just say, the reason why I also included David Tennant and John Barrowman in this is not only because they're true, attractive young gentlemen, but also because I admire their work so much. I love David Tennant. He's amazing in everything he does. He was amazing in Jesse Jones, isn't that what it's called? The Netflix series. He was amazing in Broadchurch, amazing in Doctor Who, obviously. He's one of the greatest actors in the UK, in my opinion. He's amazing. And, you know, he's also got a funny bone. You know, he's got a funny side, too. Just watch him in the Catherine Tate show. Like, it's great. It's absolutely great. Um, you know, he's a good sport. He's a good sport. He was even in an extras episode, the extras of this series that Ricky Gervais created. He was in that. Uh, was a good sport about it. He was in an episode that was basically mocking. It was the special, the Christmas special thing he did, where he was in, you know, an episode where Ricky Gervais's character is basically mocking Doctor Who and being like, "This is the bottom of the list, acting wise." Uh, but he was a good sport about it. And he was in it, so you know, I love David Tennant. Okay, so this is yet another sketch. Love this one. A little bit of bad green screening. I will agree with you there. I will agree with you there. Um, but I love it. I love it. I think it kind of looks like the little Sherlock thing we did, the little Sherlock sort of intro or segment, the little Sherlock segment we did, parodying uh, one of the first scenes in episode one of the new series of Sherlock. Um, we sort of parodied that, obviously, and it sort of has the cinematic vibe. I feel this is mostly down to editing, but also down to how we shot it. And all of this, fun fact, was actually dubbed because the wind was just horrible when we were shooting this. And I was like, we can't use this, man. You can barely hear what we're saying. You know, no microphone is gonna save that, dude. It's horrible. But you know, I was like, we're gonna use this though. I'm just, you know, we're gonna dub it. And I think we both did a pretty great job of dubbing ourselves. It's one of the best dubbing jobs I've done because you know, often they'll turn out just horribly when you dub yourself afterwards. It just, you know, it will be too noticeable, if you will. But I think we pulled this off pretty well. We pulled this off pretty well, and it does have sort of a cinematic vibe. It was because I'm such a huge fan of Sherlock. I am such a huge fan, and I wanted to make a video about that. But it's a Doctor Who channel, so I sort of tied it in with it, I guess. Okay, so this is the last video I made on this channel before this one, back in December of 2016, or did I upload it in the beginning of 17? I think I did. but I made it in the ending of the 27th of December. Actually, I filmed it, 2016, and it's I haven't uploaded since. Well, except for this, obviously. But and I'm sorry about that. But that also means that we're nearing the end of this lovely audio commentary. Maybe I should have done this at a time where I wasn't as tired that I am right now. But I think I pulled it off. So I just want to say, I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed spending an hour of your time with me. Don't give me comments like I want that hour of my life back. And also, just check out this sketch bit. Just check it out, dude. It's great. It's great. It's absolutely great. Again, I love those sketch bits that I do in my reviews. They're great. They're absolutely great. I put a lot of time and effort into them. So hopefully that's achievable. Because I love making fun of Doctor Who and the sort of... Because it is a kids show. So the primary demographic is kids. So it's made for kids. And obviously this means that it does have a lot of weird sort of cringy moments when you watch it as an adult. And so I like to make fun of that. That's also one of my biggest critiques of Stephen Moffat is he caters too much to the kids. Doctor Who has always been a kids show, but go back and watch, the first Doctor or the second Doctor, whatever, and you'll think, well, is this really a kids show? Because it didn't cater to the kids. And that's why the kids loved it, because it didn't cater to the kids. It taught the kids about, about world events and about all this educational stuff, but it didn't cater to them. And kids don't want to be catered to. When they watch shows and movies and whatnot, they don't want to be catered to. Obviously it has to be PG, but they don't want to be catered to. You don't have to make it so obvious. Maybe I should make a video about this. You don't have to make it so obvious that this is for kids. Okay? And Stephen Moffat does that a lot. Like an insane amount, in my opinion. One of my biggest critiques of him, honestly. That's why I think he works so well on Sherlock as a writer and showrunner and whatnot. Because it's a show for adults. And he's way better at writing adult material, in my opinion. So I just don't think you gotta cater to the kids, man. But yeah. So that was the audio commentary for my best videos or most special videos on this channel. Thank you so much for listening to me. Hope you enjoyed that little, finding out a little bit more about me personally and about the channel. And I look forward to seeing you guys. I'm gonna make you a promise. Within the next month, I'm gonna make and upload a new Doctor Who video. Okay, let's make that a thing. Let's make that a deal. And thank you so much for listening to this.